Hi students. This video is going to kind of walk you through some expectations about how to take notes over some of these videos. So I'm going to show you using one of the shorter videos that we have in the class. This one comes from concept 1.3, which is the measurement errors video. So when I open the measurement errors video, I'm probably also going to open a blank Word document. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new Word document here. And I'm going to title this, which is the title of the video, so Errors in Measurement. And if you want to make it look pretty, kind of bold it, make it bigger so that it stands out as the title of your notes. That would be very helpful. Okay, so now I'm actually going to start the video, and I'm going to kind of pause it as we need to make sure that we're taking good notes. So let's go back to our video. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the video.
Physics is fun! Reading errors. These are the errors that account for impreciseness of measurement due to limitations of reading the instrument by the observer.
So at this point in time, I would pause the video because he just walked me through the first type of error. So then I would come to my notes, and the very first type of error that he explained was a reading error. And if I didn't quite catch exactly what he said, then I would go back to the video and I would rewind and really listen to what a reading error is. In this case, because I've watched the video several times, I know that a reading error is like reading an instrument improperly. And then I might also include an example, like maybe the example from the video was that he was reading the ruler too high instead of at eye level. Okay, so that would be like the very first thing, right? So now I'm going to go back to my video and I'm going to play it again.
Systematic errors.
So now I'm going to pause it because now he just gave me the second type of error, which is a systematic error. And I want to make sure I get that in my notes. And so now, before I go back to play the video, I know that I need to be listening for what that error is.
That arise for all measurements taken. An example, incorrectly calibrated instruments, such as those instruments that are not zeroed.
So now I paused, and so now I know that a systematic error are those errors that occur within the instrument. And my example that he showed me was an instrument that was not calibrated or not zeroed, as we say in the science world. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to my video.
When using an analog scale, it is safe to estimate uncertainty as half the smallest division.
So he just told me about an analog scale, so I remember an analog scale, and I can be certain with half the smallest division is what I can estimate that analog scale with. And then I'm also going to put, as an example, a ruler, just in case I forget what an analog scale is.
When using a digital scale, it is safe to estimate the reading error as the smallest division. For example, when using a digital stopwatch, if the smallest division is 0.01 seconds, then your uncertainty is plus or minus 0.01 seconds.
Okay, so the other type of scale that they talked about was a digital scale. And this was the smallest unit or smallest division. And the example that he gave was that like plus or minus, and we'll go plus minus 0.01 seconds on a digital stopwatch. So we're not very far into the video and already we've taken a good amount of notes. Now, if I continue to play the video, what you will notice is that they give you a short quiz. I'm going to stop it right here and I'm just going to read through these questions and I'm going to say, okay, do I know what a reading error is? Yes, I can see that I have that written down. Do I know what a systematic error is? Yes, I have that written down. How can you prevent systematic errors? Do I have that? Yeah, because if an instrument is not zeroed, then you could have an error. So I would want to make sure that all of my instruments are calibrated to 0. So then I would continue to play the video, and at the very end, here they give you the answers to those questions. So if I missed or if I didn't like the definitions that I had, in this case, they give you exactly what a reading error is and what a systematic error is. And so if I didn't like the notes that I took, I could go back to my notes and I could copy down these answers right here. Okay, so I hope that this kind of clears up what confusion we're talking about as far as watching or taking notes over some of these things. You will want these types of detailed notes every time you watch a video or go through a concept. You will need to be taking notes throughout this class, just like you were if you were sitting in a classroom listening to somebody lecture at you. It's exactly the same type of concept. So just put yourself into a classroom, and instead of having a professor talk to you, you're watching a video instead, but you're still taking notes. I hope that clears it up.